Good morning. I was just thinking about an idea that relates to the Sharing Summit this morning, and it's about the an event that happened to a friend of mine that really creates a great example of the message that we're trying to share and to learn about at the Sharing Summit. Okay, she's flying. This is a physician friend of mine. She's flying from Salt Lake City to Washington D.C. with her son. The son's in the front of the plane. She's in the back, and they get to Washington D.C. Circle for a while. Pilot comes on, says that we're diverting to Richmond. It's too foggy in Washington D.C. They land in Richmond, and no information is coming across. They're sitting on the tarmac. She's getting a little concerned. She has arrangements to make for the evening that affect her financially and her business and so forth. And so she ends up calling the reservation office for the airline and to see if there's anybody there that knows if they're going to go back to Washington D.C. and when they're getting off the plane. And she gets all the information she needs. The pilots have hit the maximum amount of time they can fly. They've guided the plane. The plane's going to go to Washington D.C. in about 2 hours. And so she said, she's thinking there's 200 people on this plane that all have arrangements that have no idea what to do. And it's just think about the implications of all this. So she calls up to her son and says, "Tell the flight attendants up there this is what's going on." So her son tells her son, a 12-year-old, explains to the flight attendant what's happening. The flight attendant gets on the line and tells everybody this is the likely scenario, so people get on their phones and, of course, make their arrangements. So what does this have to do with the sharing economy? Everybody now has a supercomputer in their pocket, and they have information that they never would have had before. And this networked environment allows your workers, your vendors, your customers to have information that you don't have, and can make it. Those pilots didn't, Tracy sitting in the back of the plane had more information than the pilots. Think about that, and think about the financial implications of it. And we're just trying to get our heads around the real change that's happening in our economy and how we can get ahead of that. So that's what's happening to the sharing economy. That's what we'll be talking about. Thank you for listening.